Hello everyone, what is going on? T-Bomber. Today, I wanted to do my first commentary of the Destiny 2 beta. You're watching Destiny 2 beta gameplay right now, and I want to talk about some pros and some cons to the Destiny 2 beta. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm just going to launch right into it. We'll start out with the good stuff, alright? Good stuff is weapon balance is very, very close to being perfect. I'd say right now, hand cannons and pulse rifles, at least the ones that we were given, which are all the same archetype, they are definitely the dominant weapons right now. But the higher rate of fire scout rifles that we have, or the it's only one scout rifle that's high rate of fire that we have, as well as some of the auto rifles, they are definitely not far behind. They're very, very good still, and it's only going to be in specific situations that pulse rifles and hand cannons are usually going to outgun you if you have the better shot. But still, like I said, the auto rifles that we have access to in the beta, as well as the high rate of fire scout, are quite solid at the moment. There are some hit detection issues with the high rate of fire scout, but those can be addressed later, I guess. So yeah, weapon balance is very good. The lower rate of fire scout rifles, as well as sidearms, definitely do need a little bit of help. SMGs are also very, very good, but they're definitely very situational. You got to be really, really close. Like I'm talking shotgun range. All right, like SMGs are pretty much the new shotguns, and even then, sometimes just the auto rifles themselves can be better in some ways, but SMGs are also very good. I don't know if they necessarily need a buff to be brought up to where the hand cannons and pulse rifles are, but the low rate of fire scouts, the sidearms, could definitely use some significant buffs, and everything else that isn't pulses and hand cannons could use some very, very small buffs. And I say buffs because they reduce the kill time in the game, or excuse me, increased the kill time. So it takes more shots to kill. Right now, I believe, I don't know, it's a little weird because I don't know if this is just the game itself, or if it's the servers, or if it's lag, whatever. But I'm not exactly 100% sure how many shots it takes specifically to kill with a hand cannon or a pulse rifle. I think it is a 4-shot kill with 1 headshot and a 6-shot kill with all body shots. I am not 100% sure, because those numbers do seem a little bit weird to me. But yeah, it definitely takes longer to kill people. The pulse rifles that we have access to now pretty much have the same fire rate as the old Hawksaw or PDX-45 in Destiny 1, and they do a little bit less damage to the head and to the body. I believe the Hawksaw and PDX-45 in Destiny 1 do 27 damage to the head. Right now, with the pulse rifles we have, they do 22 damage to the head at optimum range. So it definitely does take another full burst to the head to kill someone, and if you're hitting body shots, it's going to take a couple more bursts than usual. So I believe it's a 4-burst kill as well with the pulse rifles that we have in the game. But they're still definitely the favored weapons. So yeah, weapon balance, very, very good. Also, class balance, something I was very, very surprised about. Class balance is actually surprisingly good. There are definitely some tweaks that could be made. It feels like Titans are absolutely the strongest class in the game right now, just like straight up, point blank period. They have the strongest new ability in their wall, especially at least on the control map that we have played right now, as well as the countdown map that we've played. That Titan barrier is very, very strong. And I'll talk about the maps a little bit later in the cons section, unfortunately. But yeah, Titans definitely have it good right now, as far as we can tell in the beta with the limited maps and game modes that we have. The Warlock Nova Bomb in the current Nova Bomb tree that we have access to is horrible. It's really just, it's a point blank anti-super essentially. Like you won't use it to slay, you won't use it to clear a flag. It's way too slow, and it just doesn't, it's way too easy to get away from. It's really, really bad. So, and also we thought the Warlock Rift abilities, like the healing rift and the damage rift, we thought those were going to be overpowered. at least on this map, which I'll talk about later, like I said, they are not overpowered. The Warlock rifts are actually not super strong. The healing rift is definitely pretty good, but it's not crazy overpowered like we thought it might be. It's not the absolute dominant new ability that we thought it might be. Hunters have it a little weak as well. Their dodge is kind of just meh. But I mean, the Hunter supers are actually really strong, and the Hunter grenades are also very solid. So definitely Titans have it best. Honestly, I dare say Warlocks might be the weakest class in the game right now. That's definitely debatable though, and I think that mostly because I think Warlock supers are not great. The Warlock's grenades are okay, but Hunters definitely have better grenades. The Warlock rift ability is definitely better than the dodge, but you know, only marginally in realistic situations. And it comes down to the jump. The Warlock jump is awful. Like, it's literally terrible. The Warlock jump alone is gonna make me want to main probably a Hunter or a Titan when the full game comes out. So I don't know. I don't know if they can change the jumps now. But yeah, if you're a Warlock and you're not running Blink on Voidwalker, you're a sitting duck. Your jump is terrible. So yeah, Titan's definitely the strongest, but otherwise it's not a massive margin that the Titans are strongest by any means. The class balance is still very solid. Don't take everything that I've said as, oh my god, it's extremely unbalanced. No, it's actually pretty close, but there are these small things that I have noticed that make Titan definitely stronger than the other two classes. And Warlock specifically a little bit weaker than everything else, in my opinion. Now, let us talk about some cons. I want to go through 3 different things. It's going to be the maps, skill-based matchmaking, and health regen. Those are the 3 things. We're going to start with the maps because we only have access to 2 maps, one for each game mode. The control map specifically is the one that I played the most on, and I really have a feel for it. And I'm going to tell you right now, it is an awful map. It's a terrible map. It would have been a good map in Destiny 1, and I will tell you why. Destiny 1 had a faster kill time. Destiny 2 has a slower kill time. This map has so many nooks, crannies, and corners, and just really tight lines of sight, and flank routes, and just ways to just squirm out of engagements. It is so easy to disengage and just run away and juke people on this map. It is awful. It is awful because of the slow kill time. The only way, it feels like the only way that you're gonna kill someone on this map is team shotting, because of the slow kill time, and it really kind of, it puts a damper on the game because there are no 1v1 gunfights. It's really team based, which is both a good and a bad thing. I think it's the map that's kind of forcing it to be that way, where you have to have a buddy with you all the time to try and team shot enemies, and if you don't, you're gonna lose. So that, you know, it automatically, you know, 4-man teams coming in have a massive advantage. If your teammates are not sticking with you and shooting the same people that you are, or watching your back, you are screwed, because you are going to get shot in the side, shot in the back a lot. You are going to get team shotted from the front a lot. There are always going to be bullets crisscrossing you from multiple opponents. And, you know, if you try and get in a 1v1, it's just way too easy to weasel out of it and be super slippery. So I think it's the map that is really giving me all this negative feeling about Destiny 2 PvP right now. They need to make more open maps, a lot like Halo used to have. You know, Halo has really open maps. It's hard to juke and get away from people. But Destiny has these crazy jump abilities and things like that. They really need to be careful with their map design. They need to make more open maps if they want to keep the slow kill time. If they don't want to keep the slow kill time, which I assume they do, I hope they do. I like slow kill time, I just think the maps need to be fitting of it. And right now, the control map that we have is not. If they want to keep the slow kill time and they want to keep the tight maps, one thing that we need to do is encourage people to 1v1, which right now there's no real incentive to 1v1 because of the spawn system on that map, and it just sucks because, like, even if you get in a 1v1, let's say you get in a 1v1 engagement without getting shot by 2 people in front of you or getting shot in the back or the side from some crazy angle that one of the enemies is coming from. Let's say you get in a fair 1v1, it's just you and them, no one else. As soon as you maybe kill that guy, the opponent, another opponent, is right behind him or there, there to clean you up. And that's not necessarily because of the map itself either. It's also because of health regen. Your health regens so slowly, and I think that they were talking previously that they wanted to make Control or the game in general faster paced, right? In the Control thing, the Control video showing off that map on IGN, they were like, yeah, we want to make this faster paced. We want people to really just be able to be aggressive. And that's why they auto-capped the first 2 flags, the home flags, for each spawn. So if they want the game to continue to be fast, they need to kind of buff up the health regen across the board, I think. Even on Warlock, which is supposed to have the best health regen, it's still painfully slow. And if you win a 1v1, you have to sit in a corner for the entire duration, and there's just so many angles that you can get shot from while you're trying to regen. It's really annoying, and it kind of sucks. So that kind of mixture of the maps, the health regen, and all that kind of stuff, they need to find a happy medium between all of those things. Skill-based matchmaking. Skill-based matchmaking has no place in a beta. I'm just going to say that straight out. There are 2 playlists in this beta: quick play and competitive play, just like Overwatch used to have, right? Or still does have. Competitive play is Countdown on the Midtown map, and quick play is Control on the new planet. I don't remember what the map name is actually, even though I've played it a ton. Skill-based matchmaking is in both game modes, and that is absurd. If skill-based matchmaking was just in Countdown, fantastic, just great. Like, that's a competitive game mode. It's a pretty good, it's a pretty sweet game mode. It's like Search and Destroy from Call of Duty. It's like a better version of Trials of Osiris. Fantastic. Put skill-based matchmaking there, but to have skill-based matchmaking in Control, in the quick play section of the beta, huge mistake. And if they continue to have skill-based matchmaking in the full game, Bungie may have lost a customer. I'm just going to say that straight out. I cannot stand the skill-based matchmaking, especially in combination with the maps, the regen, all that kind of stuff. All the things wrong with the game really make it just not fun. And as much as they have improved the gun balance and the class balance, these are the things that they need to focus on the most, and they have not. They have not done it. So skill-based matchmaking, that's a no-no. You're seeing gameplay of it right now. I literally matched, it must have been 6 or 7 people that I knew from Twitch that stream or are competitive players. 6 or 7 people in the space of one day I matched at the, going towards the end. So obviously I built up a skill-based matchmaking profile somehow. I don't know how it's up with these guys that are really top tier players, but I matched Miss 5000 Watts and her team, which has a ton of top 2, top 1% players in it. I matched Triple Rick and his team, which is pretty much all top 2 and 1% players. I matched Annihilus. I've matched T1 Gigs or Giggle Monster. I've matched Face Dirty, who has made his name on YouTube playing first-person shooter games. Like, I'm matching all these people in a beta this huge. That should not happen. And the only explanation is skill-based matchmaking. So if they don't remove skill-based matchmaking from at least a few playlists, from at least Clash, Control, the more casual game modes in Destiny in the full game, then I don't know if I can play it. I'm just going to say that straight out. And the last thing that I'm going to complain about is the tick rate. If you guys don't know what tick rate means, it's the rate of the servers, it's the rate that the servers refresh your game, or the game state. as it were. So to give you an example, Destiny 1 had 10 tick rate servers. Destiny 2 also, I believe, it feels like, has 10 tick rate servers. Overwatch has 50 tick rate servers or something like that. It's at least 3 times higher. It's at least a 30 tick rate server, if not a 50 or 60 tick rate server, I think. Possibly more than that. I actually haven't looked it up recently. I don't actually know the exact number, but I know it's way higher than Destiny's. And people complain on that game that the tick is too low. Competitive players complain on that game that the tick rate is too low. Alright, and Destiny has a 10 tick rate. What that means is the game state is being refreshed only every 10 milliseconds for Destiny, which means you will get instances like you think you ran around the corner, but on the enemy screen, you're still on your way to around the corner. So they're still shooting you, but on your screen, you're around the corner, you're in cover. So it'll that, you know, having the 10 tick rate really results in getting shot around walls on your screen, getting shot behind cover, getting shot around corners. So it just looks like you got shot through the wall or something, like the bullets curved around the wall and killed you on your screen. So that sucks. I don't think it's something that they can fix. We're just gonna have to live with that, unfortunately, through Destiny 2's lifespan, which really sucks. But definitely another complaint that I have. Everything else is fixable prior to this, but that's just the one big complaint that I had that's probably not fixable. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Lots of negatives that are really making the game hard to play at the moment. Thought I was going to get a lot of hours into the beta. I thought I was going to have a ton of fun, but unfortunately the map, the skill-based matchmaking, those two especially in combination, I think are the biggest things making me not really, honestly, I'm sick of the game already. I'm not really enjoying myself particularly. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are having fun in the beta, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
As one. I love it. Only 5 minutes left.